Hi, and welcome back to Ground Zero. Ethan, would you say that you have high IQ?
Well, I like to think that I'm of average intelligence.
Okay, that's being modest. What about your EQ?
I think I rate pretty high on the EQ scale. After all, being good with people is fairly important in my job as a journalist.
Well, in this next story, we take a look at some students who might weigh in heavy on the IQ scale, but come up short on the EQ side of things.
STOMPer Melvin sent in this story about his encounter with some rude NTU students. He says, the attached picture is a group of ill-mannered students from NTU. They were at my shop in Taji Lane on September 28, and without my approval or knowledge, they just walked into my shop and started taking readings of my aircon temperature. Asked them what it is about, and they said they were doing a project. I asked them for their names because I felt what they were doing is rather rude. Even building government inspectors will talk to you first and show their passes. They just asked me why I wanted to know their names and refused to tell me. So I decided to take a picture of them.
Wow, students these days.
What do you want to you?
Yes.
Anything to say to your juniors?
Shame on you, honestly, bringing down the NTU name like that. But really, it's just common courtesy to at least say hi before you do anything to anyone, right?
So NTU students, do listen to Vivian before you guys get into any more spats with the public. Stomper Srangunster have chimed in with this comment, which I feel is very apt. He says, they are literate, not educated.
There's a difference. Stomper Pixie Ninja suggested a new module at the university for these students. She says they should take civics and moral education, even in tertiary education.
Sadly, this isn't the only story of students behaving badly in public. Stomper Lono was annoyed enough with table-hogging students to send in the following story. He said that these students were hogging a table at dinner time where loads of hungry diners were looking for tables.
He said these kids had finished their meal and they still hogged the table for what seemed to be schoolwork revision, but they were actually chit-chatting during peak hour dinners. They were such a disgrace to their school.
I don't know about that point. I mean, these students are paying customers, as Stomper Contrast pointed out too. You have no jurisdiction over how fast they should eat their food and what they do during their feast. You could try shaming them, or you could try eating elsewhere instead of complaining.
Stomper Cha-Cha-Cha suggested this. Ask the staff to chase them away, and if they say they are paying customers, then the staff should just say, eat your food and don't take out your books, just eat your food. That should do it.
Alright, enough of students with low EQ. Let's move on to our next clip. We look at overzealous bouncers who are over-enthusiastic at their jobs.
Keep watching.